Now let's talk a little bit more about cost and value management. So, functional analysis. What we can do, we can look at the functions that our product provides and compare cost and benefit. Well, for example, I buy my phone and my phone will allow me to connect to the internet. It will allow me to make calls. It will allow me to have camera and make pictures and so on. So I will compare the cost of changing the function with the relative benefit that I'm going to receive from that. Well, for example, when we talk about battery gives the value to the customer of being able to use this phone more. So what will be the cost for us to produce a battery that would support, let's say, 10 hours long video browsing on your phone? What would be the cost of making the battery that will be able to support not 10, but 12 hours of active usage of the phone? Then we will try to think how much the customer will be willing to pay over. So if we have base case phone and one has 10-hour battery and the other has 12-hour battery, what will be the possible change in price? And then we will compare this change in cost with the change in benefit. This is what is called functional analysis. Also, we can look and perform something that is called reverse engineering. Reverse engineering happens when we take a competitor's product or competitor's service and try to analyze product design to provide the insights that will be used for us to improve quality or reducing cost. So, for example, we know that their phones last longer. We will try to take the phone and take it apart and see how they manage to do that. There also can be other actions that will allow us to close the cost gap. Well, we can simplify the components. Maybe we do not need that many components, or maybe we do not need these very components. So let us think about a basket that someone produces. We can add some, like bands that will decorate this basket. So do we need that many bands or not? Do we need that many decorations or not? Do we need to produce the products from separate parts, or do we need to buy components that already have these very parts and just assemble the components? So simplify components. Cost-effective resources. Maybe we can source our materials cheaper. Maybe we can find labor that is going to be cheaper. Maybe we can think about our processes and see whether the process is performed by the right person. Well, for example, when we talk about a project and we have a senior that talks to the client and discusses something, maybe we can employ a staff member to do the first interview, and then the senior will just read the notes, or will just prepare for the interview. So give the list of questions, review the list of questions, and then read the result. And this will allow us to delegate some part of the work to cheaper resource. Standardization. We will try to use standard components wherever feasible. So there is a thing that is called learning curve. And learning curve means that the more you do something, the better you become and the faster you make it. Well, for example, if it is your first time to make soup, it's going to take you much longer to prepare because you will just not know when to cut, when to peel, how to cut, blah, blah, blah. And with more and more soups that you've made or pancakes that you made, each and every is going to take you a little bit less time. It was first found out, I think it was Boeing manufacturers, so there were some planes. So they found out that assembling the next plane is actually taking much less time than the previous one. And as such, we want to standardize the components so that the work is, the learning curve is exploited faster. We will talk about that later. Now, also, we might want to advance technology. We will invest in more efficient technology. So, for example, in machinery that reduces the labor that is needed and as such allows us to save labor cost. Efficiency training. Okay, so we do need to teach staff. We need to exchange the experience, the knowledge. So maybe we need to make this team building events where everybody shows how they improve their work so that other people would take this knowledge and apply it to their work. Eliminate waste. We will try to eliminate non-value added activities. So let's say if we have people who are standing in front of the manager's door and waiting to get a paper signed, maybe we should not do that. Maybe these papers will be submitted electronically and the manager will sign them when they have available time, so people do not need to stand in front of the doors. So eliminating waste. These were the attempts to analyze the value and to reduce cost. And in the next video, we are going to talk about Porter's value chain analysis. And this is one of very commonly used models that shows us where to look for, what to look for, where to look at. So see you next.